hello. I would like to start this episode with a very special ahoy hoy to our biggest fan in the world, Ingrid. And thank you for joining us. We will start today, kick off real fast. We have identical bits on everyone except for Sean. Sean, what's your new bit?
All right. Ada has a couple new beliefs. So the first one's the same as last time, which was I can feel myself changing and know my inevitable fate. I must find a cure or perish before I harm others. But my first new one is that Gutrung is the source of this village's evil and may still be nearby. I will make sure he is found and brought to justice. And 3, Martine is incompetent and a coward. I will ensure someone more capable replaces him. It's time for a new Woached. And Ada's
Big.
going to make it happen.
Okay, and then we're just going to hop right back in. So, where we had left off, 3 of you were at home. A home that you own that's been yours and has always been yours, and no one else has ever lived there. And one of you was running off to meet with their. Were you going to meet with your sister, or were you just going to the abbey?
I'm going to the abbey. Yeah. I have fairly specific plans there.
Perfect. But the moon was rising, which means
Spooky music.
spooky music starts playing in the
Spooky.
background, and 2 of our group start to feel a little uneasy.
Okay. Does it, I guess, how, like, do you think we can feel, like, the infection, basically? Like, is it like a burning? You said I felt cold. I was unnaturally cold, but
You don't feel like your body is cold, but you don't feel cold. Like you don't
cold.
feel the
Right.
temperature cold. You don't perceive cold. You're perceived as cold.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm curious, like, do
You don't feel great. I don't think you know exactly what's happening. You just know
Mhm.
you were vomited on, and I don't even know if you have connected the two, but you don't feel right.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, if Ada doesn't feel too bad, she's probably not going to say anything. Maybe she'll look at uh everyone else and be like, "Does anyone else feel something strange tonight?" You feel like a werewolf
I
by any chance?
I do, now that you mention it. No. I feel like Ragaire is probably, like, a little twitchy, like, and sweaty in a way that he never is. Like, I feel like his
Twitchy and
body is
sweaty.
trying to heal, and he's just like, what is this, like, physical response? I don't understand.
You've never been sick in your life because elves don't get sick.
Yeah, they kind of don't. They get
This is a
injured, and, like,
very new
that makes
feeling
sense.
for you.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of, I feel like I will probably, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, if it's a low on the scale sensation, Ragaire will probably, like, fall back or, like, try and, like, isolate himself from the group a little bit to, like, figure out what's going on.
So it sounds
It's
like
great. It
neither of
was a
you are
smart
getting
move.
help.
Yeah, I mean, not
probably not.
unless Morrine feels the need to investigate. I think Ada probably most likely just is like feeling a little like tired and just sort of sits down in the snow and does not is uncaring of the coldness or the wetness and kind of just like has her head in her hands, like almost in the kind of the fetal position, like she feels almost like she wants to throw up or something. And that's probably the end of that.
I think I'll come out and like sit next to you for a little bit and then realize it's really cold. Take out like a dagger or something and poke you and see if your blood is black.
Motherly love.
Wow, she is. These are peak investigative tactics.
Mhm.
Poke with dagger.
Well, that sounds like a bloodletting if I've ever heard of
Okay,
one.
yeah. I think I'm working on learning that. I am.
Yeah, you do like to let people's blood.
What's my ob?
Are you... What exactly are you trying to get? What's your intent?
Just just enough to break the skin, so like you get like a little drop of blood. It's not like I don't want blood to leak everywhere, but I want to just see if it's like normal looking blood.
Okay.
Just like like a needle prick, but with a knife.
We'll call that an
Don't get any of that blood on you.
two.
Okay.
Not because it's particularly hard to make a cut that small, but because it's particularly hard to not make a cut bigger while trying to make one
This is
smaller.
gonna be real hard for me. But we'll see.
Do you want help? You could have gotten help before you stabbed me.
Got sick?
No, I'm okay.
I feel like you spend that fate. Come on.
You don't want to put a fate into whatever stat
go
that is.
Perception.
A 1 in 12 chance to succeed.
We've taken worse odds.
Fine.
We all have plenty of fate too.
Well,
Oh,
I got a 6, but then
close.
not. I know that was really close.
That's actually more upsetting somehow.
That is. Okay. So you just sort of hold out this dagger and
Mhm.
you just do give a nice, strong, forceful poke.
Yeah,
right
like in the
arm.
leg.
In the leg, yeah.
In the leg? Oh my god.
Ada does not bleed black
Okay.
oil.
Uh-huh.
She does bleed cold.
She does. I'll let you push yourself. I'll leave it at that, or I'll give you some information, but it'll give a penalty to Ada.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. You can tell her blood is like thicker than
It's
you
like
would imagine.
coagulated.
A little bit.
Okay.
And like a little dark. It does not look good.
No, okay.
Okay, Adam. You have a 1 ob penalty. So a fort check you'll make in a bit.
In a bit. Okay, right now.
Not yet.
Ada is like, what are you doing, Morrine?
I'll like scoop up some of this
I
blood
don't
on my knife.
feel
I'm like,
good,
Ada,
and you're stabbing me.
you don't look at this blood. It looks weird.
It-
This is science,
it's
Ada.
blood.
Don't be so
Ragaire.
uptight.
The smell of blood has brought Ragaire silently behind you. And you turn your head this way and you see Ragaire's face right here in
Ada
his face,
or
and he's
Morrine?
like in Morrine's face, because she has the knife with the blood. She's doing the stabbing.
I'm
She
drawn
is
by
doing
your
the stab.
violence
Like-
and the scent of blood.
I wave this
Yeah.
knife towards you. I'm like, Ragaire, don't scare people like that. Look at this blood. It's weird.
And Ragaire is can I perceive this blood? Can I try a perception check on this blood? I'm strangely
Perception-
like
Perception won't get
into
you
it.
any more information than what I've told her based on how it looks.
Okay.
But you can make a test to determine more. It just won't be perception or observation. I think it'll probably be something like, maybe like anatomy, maybe.
Shh.
Roadwise. I
apothecary.
hear you saying roadwise, and I think that that's what it's gonna be.
What are veins and
Roads
arteries
are
if
made
not
of
roads
blood.
of blood?
You are sitting on a road. The blood is on a road.
We're actually in a backyard, but
I think I'm gonna
I
go
mean,
with
I
anatomy
technically
unless
have
you
an
make a different.
I have an apothecary skill.
Oh, yeah, that would also work. I
I-
think.
I have skill of soothing, which is the same as herbalism.
that's
Um,
different because herbalism is different from, I think, apothecary.
It includes patching people up.
Yes.
So I feel
We're
like
not
I
looking at
mean-
this blood and learning information.
Okay. All right.
How
Well, then
difficult
I'll
would
just
an-
be a creep.
Would an anatomy test be?
An anatomy test. Probably. Well, circulatory system is OB3, but we'll call it a superficial human anatomy
Mhm.
because it's on the surface of Ada now that
Yes.
you've brought it there, which would be OB2.
It's actually outside of my surface.
Extracorporeal.
It's leaving my surface.
Okay. Continue.
We don't try to do this anatomy business. You wave this bloody knife at me, and you see my eyes follow the blood on the knife,
Like,
strangely
circle.
accurately. And then I kind of get a hold of myself, and I knock the dagger out of your hand and like clean it off in the snow. And like,
I'll
give
grab it
back
again
to
and
you.
wipe it off. And then I would like to attempt another bloodletting test on
I would like to resist this consequence. Sure.
Okay. Well, do you let her? Otherwise, we'll do verses.
Are you gonna attempt to ask me, or are you just gonna
be
Or
like,
you just gonna
Ragaire,
try
are
and
you
surprise
feeling
me?
are you feeling very good? Like, slowly edging towards you. Like, it's for science, Ragaire. It's for science.
So you're like trying to soothe me, and at the same time, like catch me like a dog
Yes.
going to the vet.
Mhm.
I'm gonna I think Ragaire is gonna resist that instinctually, even if mentally he understands it's for science. He's not gonna be
Woman of
until
science
he's
over
stabbed.
here. True.
We'll call that a
Speed versus?
I mean, if we do speed versus bloodletting, Morrine's not gonna win.
Yeah. But it would be
I was thinking
speed.
speed versus speed, but
Oh, speed versus speed.
and then
It
a
could be speed
bloodletting
versus speed.
to like
Yeah,
see
if
if
you're
she can
not
actually
being very-
glean any information.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Speed, or you could do like knives or something versus
Agility.
Ragaire's speed.
Is speed would
actually
be
probably
halved if I
agility.
rolled knives, right?
Maybe I think this is actually agility. Yeah. Agility. If you rolled knives,
Because
would
if
it
you
be that?
do
Yeah,
a skill
it's-
versus a stat, then the stat's halved.
It's double obstacle penalty for the stat. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, so I'll do knives and you can do agility.
Cool.
I would say Morrine is the attacker, so ties will go to Ragaire.
Okay. Do you want me to roll first or Morrine?
Aggressor usually rolls first, I think.
I'm gonna fork in
Doesn't
soothing
really matter,
platitudes
but-
and persuasion.
I feel like those are doing the
Soothing
same thing.
platitudes.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay,
not persuasion.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Ooh.
Nice.
Wow. Good job, dice.
All
Is
right.
that OB4
I-
agility?
I'm rolling agility in defense. And I don't fork anything in. Go.
Got a 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's re-roll.
There's so much fate.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, you already
going.
succeeded, but yeah, you get to keep going.
Sure. It's so funny. I'm like, why do I get to roll? I don't understand. But yeah,
Perfect.
okay, cool.
So we'll say you can grab Morrine's arm. I don't have to specify which.
Yeah.
Nope.
As she's holding the tip to your leg down here. You just grab it right before she can do it.
Great. And I just squeeze until you let go.
Yeah, I'll like
And
Ragaire, you and Ada are acting really weird.
it's like, Morrine, I don't feel good, and if you're gonna stab me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I
That's
feel like
fair.
I'm on the edge of a knife. And somebody's putting that knife against me.
That's fair.
and
Do you want to
with-
talk
I
about
feel-
it?
No!
Ada's like, I want to talk about
Ada,
it.
okay, go ahead and talk about it. The floor is yours.
Give her the knife, Ada. You have the sharing knife.
The speaking knife. You give her the knife and then she stabs Morrine.
We all stab each other in recompense.
Yeah.
Morrine, you've been exposed. Roll a report.
Oh gosh. I bite her, yeah, that's it. No, Ada's just like I don't know, something feels off. It's like I have a headache and my stomach feels bad, but I don't feel it's like sick, but not like any sickness I've ever had before. So, like a headache, like a mind fog.
Ragaire, do you feel the same symptoms?
I feel like he's not listening to Morrine and he's just staring at Ada's bleeding leg now.
Okay.
And he's like, you sure you need that leg?
Oh my god.
She gets on fine with one arm.
Yeah. We only got one arm over here.
Can I attempt to
yeah, I feel-
diagnose Ada while Ragaire's doing weird things?
Yes, you can. That will be an ob. We'll call it an ob 3. And I'll let you choose between the following skills: Death Art,
A lot of choices here.
Okay.
Death Art is going to give you the exact thing.
Yep.
And that'll be ob 3. Ob 3 Medicine, or is that even a skill, or is
That's
it like
not
anatomy?
a skill.
Anatomy. Ob 3 Anatomy or ob 3 Alchemy. Alchemy? Not alchemy, apothecary. Will get you information on maybe not the exact illness, but information on sort of her
Mhm.
present condition.
Is Death Art sorcery? Do you have to be gifted for it?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do.
Or another. You probably can't use bloodletting, but let it ride. But I am open to other arguments for skills if you have something else in mind. Not roadline.
I'll do apothecary. Is that perception? I assume.
Apothecary is
Yes,
perception.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What I say? Ob 3.
Yeah, it's not gonna go awesome, but that's okay.
Well, I could help you.
Do you want to help? Can
I
you
mean,
help if I'm
I
learning it?
assume. Yeah, I can help you with the stat.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm talking to you, so I feel like I should be able to help you with like will or something, since that is the talking stat. It's only
I
one
pull
die.
out my nurse's chart and I'm taking notes on your symptoms.
Only if you shimmy. Shimmy like that, honey badger. I'll let that help go through.
Okay. So apothecary, it's still gonna be real rough.
Spend that. Spend that. Whoa!
You got a 6.
Really roll good with those 6s.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You. Ada is gonna be fine.
Okay.
Ragaire, you're really worried about.
Okay. Ada, you're being discharged.
I feel like once Ada, like, the blood is out of Ragaire's sight/smell zone, he calms down a little bit. It's more lucid.
Ada's just right there. She didn't actually leave. She still feels bad.
Okay.
Recap. Morrine has stabbed you, gave you an ob penalty, and then you called it good and sent you on your way.
She's still head down, fetal position, like recovery position in the snow.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I think Ragaire will do one of two things: stay there or freak out and leave, depending on how far he's pushed. So we can pop over to Brother Wirt if
We'll make our fort rolls first.
okay.
Oh, will we?
Uh-oh.
Darn. Ruh-roh.
This one is ob 5 or 6.
6 if you're me.
6 if you're Sean. This one is margin of failure matters.
Oh no.
Okay. So the worse we fail, the worse it is for us.
Great. Okay.
Cool.
Well, let's
Who wants
see.
to go
Do I want
first?
to use my persona?
You have
You,
so
you
much
have
persona.
4. Yes, you should.
This doesn't seem important.
It's not gonna matter.
Just dump all 4 into it and it might matter.
Oh, I forgot
Ooh.
you can use more than one, but I
I
don't
think you
wanna
can
do
only go
that.
up to 3, but
You can only go up to 3, yeah. Can I have an advantage because I'm Ada and I'm cool?
Ooh.
And I'm literally in the snow and cool?
Your advantage will be out of character. Logan will tell you don't spend the persona.
Oh. Well, I mean,
Do you just get that for asking? Oh my gosh, I need to ask more often, I guess.
he's a very giving GM. Okay, well, we'll skip that. I don't need these dumb challenging tests.
Where have you gotten all
Yikes.
these challenging
you got a
tests?
6.
But where?
That's a pretty big margin of failure, Logan.
Yeah, it is.
Wait. Oh, dear Sean, I've definitely lied to you.
You've misled me.
You were thinking about me,
Sorry.
Logan.
Sorry, Sean. Ignore that roll. You can now fresh start. Decide if you want to spend that persona or not on your own.
Yes, I would like to have used that persona because I was going to.
Oh
I was
dear.
I had something backwards in my head.
When the
Yeah.
That's
GM
what
says,
I
"Oh
thought.
dear, Sean."
Okay, that's still significantly better.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Sean.
Oh dear, Sean.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Sean.
Okay, perfect.
I'm
Sarah,
so tired.
you would
Yes,
like to make your check now.
yes. I don't have to spend a persona
You don't have
because
to.
it doesn't make sense to. Um, and we said I'm 5
Mhm.
for Ob, right?
Yes.
Dare I ask for an advantage? No.
Yeah,
The
I messed
smell
up
of
last
blood.
time.
He's not giving any more advantages.
His advice could be a lie, so don't listen to him.
His
I will never
advice
willingly
is
lie to you. I will never knowingly
yes.
lie to you. I could be wrong.
You did willingly, not knowingly. True.
It's not
Alright.
true at all.
Okay.
Lordy.
Okay, not great. So you both failed by 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We did the same.
Okay.
But that test helps your that's a 1 challenge. Oh no, it's difficult. It's not challenging. Dang it.
Perfect. Well, each of you will now make your predetermined will roll.
Are already done will rolls.
You're
You
already
wanna
done
do-
Yes.
will rolls, but the margin of failure mattered because it increased the odds, so it would have changed what you already got, but neither of it is in good enough manner to make either of you fail.
So we both succeeded on the will, but we need to know
Yes.
that obstacle for our stat for our tests.
Oh,
Yours,
good point.
both of them were op 6.
Oh my gosh.
I've rolled really, really well for them.
Yeah,
Like that?
you did.
You
I was
did.
very lucky. I'm a
It
little
was
sad
very
it's op 6.
nerve-wracking
I don't
'cause we
need another
couldn't
challenging
see.
test.
Well, that's fine. So
Well,
both of you
my
are
foot did
sitting
go up.
on the no, and you feel your mind sort of clouding, but it clears. You don't feel any better, but you don't feel any worse
Got
at
it.
the moment.
Does it feel like when our mind is clouding, is it like another will is taking over, or is it just like insanity? You know, like disassociation from your identity kind of a thing.
Can't really tell. It doesn't actually feel like
You
much
can't
to you.
tell.
You just like it's almost like you were a little dizzy and then you're back.
Okay. Cool. Cool beans. Fun
Perfect.
times.
Hopping over to our good old bunk, having a good time skipping down the lane.
He is not skipping. It's too cold for that. Okay, so Wirt would like to go to the abbey and rally the troops, as it were. We're going to the abbey to find somebody who has good connections within the town to try and instill some kind of order and democracy or something in this leaderless absence that has been created.
There's a still a Woached. What are you talking about?
Martinez still around.
Okay, well, Stravit certainly seems to have caused some problems.
He wasn't doing
and then-
anything anyways.
Exactly. He would also like to check in on Willow, and he would like to find somebody at the Abbey that he trusts to be convincing to a parent.
What reason?
I think we're specifically looking for somebody who can instill kind of like the sense that, hey, Odelia might be doing something for the greater good, and it is she's duty bound to do this. And I want somebody who can kind of maybe play towards some of the honor and duty side of leadership.
Okay, so 3 things. You wanted to find someone connected in town, see Willow, and find someone who can lie to a mom.
Pretty much.
Okay, perfect.
I don't
Sounds
know,
like a
but the
circles
last
test.
one is kind of open-ended for
Yeah.
the DM. You tell me who you think would be good for what we're
First
trying
and
to do.
last will definitely have to be circles.
Mhm.
But the middle one, you don't really have a choice in, because as you run up to the abbey, the door is thrown open and Willow sprints out, looking
Ah!
back over her shoulder.
Oh no!
It's sort of like she looks back as she sort of like runs right into you as you are walking on up.
Logan, can I throw a little wrinkle in here that you seem to have missed or forgotten?
Sure.
Willow is blind.
When did that happen?
It's in my character sheet.
Well, then she runs into you looking forward.
Yeah. Sister Willow, twin sister, priestess of the church, blind and frail due to her lifelong illness.
Well, that door runs open and she runs forward. Into you.
Okay, yeah, Willow, and I like catch her as she's running to me.
She is like out of breath. Like, you haven't actually spoken to her, have you?
No, she was out
That
cold.
unconscious every single time.
Yeah.
I was like, do I have a voice for her? No, she's never spoken. She's sort of like runs into you and she sort of like starts hitting you like, let go of me, I have to get to the house.
Willow, it's Wirt.
Make a soothing platitudes or
It's your dear darling
persuasion
brother.
to try and
Let's
calm
see.
her down.
Soothing platitudes is a 3. Persuasion is a 4. We're gonna
Perfect.
roll soothing platitudes, I think.
We will. It's like versus her will. So
That's fine.
you
That's fine.
can
Soothing
have an
platitudes.
advantage because you are her brother. And you said your name. And we're gonna call it an up. Are you just trying to calm her down?
Yes.
Like get her to stop running.
Yes.
That'll be easier. We'll call that just like an ob 3.
Up 3. Okay.
Yikes.
Gonna be a no from me, dog.
She gets like a little frantic and she's like, no, Wirt's not here. I have to. And then she like tries to squirm out of your hands and then she just sort of like collapses into the snow. Like back unconscious. And then from the door, one of the like abbots is like running out. She's like, I don't know. She went outside. Oh, brother Wirt. Oh, Willow, we have to. Oh, and then he like sees her down by her feet and it's like, what happened? How did she get out here? How did you stop her?
I didn't. She just ran to me. What's going on? Why is she up? What happened?
I don't know. She just stood straight up out of bed and she said that someone was in danger up at the manor and then she just started running. She opened the door like she could see.
It's divine. Okay. This is the first time she's woken up?
No, you remember them telling you that sometimes she would like stand up in bed and just like stand there. And other times she would get up and have like a full 6 hours of like lucency.
Okay, yes.
But he's like, nothing, she's never run, and when she's been up, she's been normal, or she's just stood there. She's never had anything like this happen.
Help me get her out of the cold, please. And
Yes,
pick her up and
yep.
carry her in.
Heave her inside.
Yeah, we'll like set her down by a fire and splash some water on her face and gently like tap her hand and try and rouse her.
She's very cold. She doesn't look
Elaborate.
great.
Very cold.
When you
as
had
in...
seen her before, Like, she didn't look great, but you could like she didn't look terrible. Right now you're looking at her and she does not look good. You can see she is alive, but like she's unnaturally cold, very pale.
Okay. We are gonna hit her with the old minor miracle. And we're gonna. I'm
Tried
gonna.
this on her before.
Have I?
I think you have.
I feel like there's extenuating circumstances that are different in that now we have the next monarch. And that is specifically something that I'm going to try to invoke, and I wanna call on powers of our deity to instill my sister with the strength to help me deliver our deliverance to our kingdom.
Okay, I have a new fun rule. for
Oh
Faith,
god. Yeah.
especially with minor miracles. The other ones is
Mhm.
pretty set in stone. I would like for miracles, you do sort of what you just did. Like
Mhm.
what you ask for, and then I give you. So instead of being like, I want a healer, you do
Mhm.
what you
Mhm.
just did, and then I interpret that based on sort of
Yeah, okay. Sure.
your success versus failure.
Yes, I will entreat with my sister and our deity to aid me in bringing this child to her rightful place on the throne.
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay, I love faith. I don't have to come up with any obs.
No.
Don't even have to have failure conditions half the time. Now, this is an important and difficult test, which means you are going to get like 2.
Yes. That's why I'm spending a persona on it.
Mm.
Oh,
So now I'll get a 3.
nice.
Base ob 5.
3! Oh my god, how'd you do that?
How did I do that?
You could spend
Okay.
a fate.
You could spend a fate to reroll Trader.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I'm going to reroll and trader.
That's
Remaining
1.
ob is 2. Dice is 1. Yep, there we go.
No.
That's fine.
You saved Angar Smith, but you can't save your
Yeah,
own
because
sister.
Sean, why would the things that Connor want ever happen?
So, remind me, you said instill her with the strength to help me do what?
Deliver our next monarch to the kingdom.
Okay.
Why do I bother? Why do I bother?
Because rolling is
You-
fun.
You. Now remember, Brother Wirt does not know he failed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So as you complete this, she sort of it's sort of like half mumbling, it's sort of like she's sleep talking almost. And she says that she's like, you hear the words, the child at the manor needs our help. He's important.
That mofo Lucas.
He's still at that burned husk of a manor.
And it does not like
Those are the holy words spoken by your sister.
the monk
This
looks up, he's
is-
like, Brother Wirt, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Time for some research. That's what
To the library to fail some more rolls.
Consult the ancient texts.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna deliver Willow to her chambers and tuck her in and like toss a couple extra blankets on top of her. Maybe some really heavy ones so she can't just like
Mhm.
get up and run quite so easily.
Yeah. Yeah. As you're moving her, she's sort of like she's moving a bit, so almost convulsing, and she just is essentially just repeating that she has to get to this child.
Hmm. Okay. Well, Wirt has a child that he cares about and needs to attend to. So, taking this as a sign that yeah, we need to be worried about Odelia. We're gonna work on those other 2 circles rolls.
Perfect. So, which one would you like to do first?
Let us find a well-connected congregationalist.
Okay.
I assume reputations isn't really going to do anything. I think I have an affiliation with the church.
You do. As long as you're tonsort, so you have to.
Ah, yes, great.
Where is
So,
this dumb rule at?
What
I
dumb
can
rule?
never
Circles?
Circles.
380. 380. It's towards the
Close.
beginning of the spokes. That's why.
380. Okay. Base ob what?
So it
base
always
ob
starts
1.
as
Yeah. Base ob 1. All circles
yeah,
start
base
base
ob
ob
Oh,
1.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works.
Who are we looking for? Name of a role, like an armorer or a scribe. You said a
An,
Congregationalist.
an
congregationalist.
alms taker.
I would call that an uncommon occupation, or within the same setting. I think it's both of those things.
Okay.
So that's plus ob 2. So we're at base ob 3 now. Same station, rank or social class. I would say yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge from different members of a circle, specific rare knowledge. I would say no. Time and place. I would say, I mean, they would be here, and they always are here. So
Mm-hmm.
if they exist, okay. So ob 3.
Oh boy.
But you get your
Ooh.
oh look at
Wow.
that.
Does margin of success matter on circles? No?
No, not really.
Okay,
No.
I didn't think so.
If you name them, you get a +1d advantage when tracking them down in the future.
Okay.
This you have to exceed the obstacle, so margin of success does matter.
Yes. We're gonna go Wendy. Wendy.
Everyone in this church start with W.
Yes. Yes.
Well, not what's his face who died, because he's not part of the church anymore.
The W is the holiest consonant
It
in
is.
this religion.
On death, their name changes to something not W. It's a
The J's actually is pronounced like a W. What was her name? What was his name?
Her name was Wendy.
Wendy. Wendy. Okay. Yes. So you know of Wendy. She is sort of the main liaison with the town. She's sort of one that goes out and does like charity work in the town, sort of missionary work. And she's been one that's when people stopped coming to the church giving alms, she started like taking food and stuff to the town, um, and sort of being charitable and distributing that. So she's pretty well known and liked in town.
Great. So I track her down and I want to let's just see what she knows about the situation with Lord Stravit. Ask her, what do you know about what's been going on? What word has made it to the Abbey?
Sure, you find her down in sort of the dining room, and the kitchen. She's packing up some food. Uh, and she's like, "Oh, for the word, I heard you've been running around. I haven't been able to see you. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
Hello, Sister Wendy. What a lovely evening.
Yes, there was a commotion. I heard something out front. What was that?
Willow is seeming to have fits with this consumption of hers. There's I do think that some of these fits that she's been having have been somewhat prophetic. We have reason to believe that there may be a child in the village who is potentially a successor to the throne. And
Oh, Brother Wirt, this is
yes,
dramatic and great news.
it is. As such, the safety and security of the town is incredibly important right now. While we figure out what's going on. I was wondering if you are aware of what's been going on with the Lord and with the Wotched.
Well, I try not to involve myself too much in the politics of the town, but dare I say, Lord Stravitt, he is not a great man. Oh, she sort of seems aghast that she could even voice that opinion. He's I've tried to petition him. He won't even let me into that manor of his. Trying to tell him that the people need food, they just don't have any. And Martine, he is just, bless his heart, he's such a sweet man, but he is not great at organizing people, welcome parties, birthday parties, his
Lord
own
Stravitt has
closet.
passed. He
Oh,
was murdered by the townsfolk.
oh, is it safe? Should we leave? You said there's a child that needs safekeeping. Should we go to the town and get them?
I intend to speak with some of the other members of the abbey, and we will be sorting out a situation to get Our Lady out of this dangerous situation. What I need from you is your help in finding somebody who could perhaps lead the town through these perilous times and provide some sense of order and calm while we investigate the situation with the divinity and with this demonic influence that the town has had. I leave it to you to best know how to handle these situations. I know your tact is unparalleled, but please, anything you could do to assist me and your fellow congregates.
Well, I mean, I can assist you, yes, but I mean, if Lord Stravitt has passed, he wasn't doing much to help the town anyway. But I don't know if much will have changed. But if you do think that we need someone to sort of take charge, I can go meet with Martine. Um, there's other sort of leaders in town. I know there's a group that sort of really looks up to that blacksmith.
Yes, whoever you think would be fit. You know the people of the town far better than I do, and they seem to trust you more than they trust me.
Yeah, okay. And she's like, okay, yeah, I think I know who to speak to, and she's sort of like is packing up food into this little basket. Um, I was gonna, I wasn't able to get there today, so I was gonna head over tonight. Think it's safe? You said that the townspeople killed Stravitt. Do you
Yes,
have reason to think they would attack us?
I don't know. I would not travel alone. If you feel compelled to do your work this night, then I am not to stand in the way of Our Lady's bidding.
I
But
do.
please do be careful. Don't travel alone.
We're never alone, Brother Word. We have a lady. Sounds like she's in town. I'm gonna go there. She's
There's a
like,
crazy lady
"Finish
with
up."
a hammer on the loose, so be careful.
Yeah.
She packed her things up, and she's like, "You're like, excuse me, I'll see you in town maybe night tomorrow. Are you staying here?"
I'm not certain what my night brings.
Yep. I'm sure I'll see you again because the abbey's not that big. Goodbye.
Peace.
Okay. And she heads out. And then your third activity was find someone who can lie to a mother. Speaking of that mother, let's hop back over to our 3.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, you both sort of just felt very dizzy, mind clouded, but you quite literally shake it off. And that, like, both of Morrine, you see both of them like grab their heads and sort of like shake it back and forth. And you almost feel like you hear one of them, like maybe Ragaire. He's very quiet. You feel like you can almost hear Ragaire saying something, but you can't quite make it out. And by the time you're like trying to listen, you are back to normal. Or
It's
not
over.
normal, but they're not grabbing their heads anymore.
Less normal than they usually are.
I'm going to view that with concern and then go back inside. Tell
Lock the
Alden
door.
I'll be back in a second. And then I want to go find specifically a page who
In
will
a book? Oh, a person.
yes, who maybe a page who's been like displaced from their night and they're like here for some reason. I don't know.
Mhm.
That I can get to play with Odelia and be like her playmate.
Okay. Okay.
Because she said she wanted friends.
Isn't it the middle of
Okay.
the night?
Yeah, we are running all kinds of weird midnight
It
errands.
is nighttime. You can still do
You're
it at
being
nighttime,
recruited.
but that might be an unusual time.
I mean, it's not the moon just rose, right? Is that the
The moon rose like up over the mountains, so it's been dark for some
Well,
time.
maybe I won't do that. That's a little strange.
Hello, knock knock. Can I talk to your child?
Will you please keep my child company?
I'm just conscripting your child for the foreseeable future.
I hope that's
Don't
okay.
worry.
Yes.
They have a new job they're not going to be paid for. It's called taking care of my child. Being my child's paid friend.
She's
Let's
oh,
see.
so
We'll
great.
do when you walk inside, Adelia sort of like toddles up to you. She's like, Mommy, what's wrong with them?
I don't know. They're sick, I think. I don't know. We need to find a
don't-
doctor tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you didn't like doctors.
I don't like one specific doctor, but not all doctors are bad.
Okay. Just that one?
Just that one. Well, that I know of. Definitely that one, maybe others.
Well, how do you know you're not going to get one of the bad ones?
I'll make sure.
You're so cool, Mommy.
She stabs first, asks questions later.
Sure. She's like, can you tell me a story? Normally, Ada tells me a story, but she doesn't look like she's in storytelling.
Yeah, I can tell you a story. What do you want to hear about?
I want to hear about, uh, uh, I don't know. I want to hear about the girl who she made a lot of friends when she wasn't at home, and then when she went home, she still had more friends.
Okay, yeah, I can tell you about that girl.
You know that one?
That famous story. Kid's story.
Oh, the girl who had
The
friends
girl
at
with
home, but then when
friends.
she went home, she still had friends.
I will improvise a story about how not to have social anxiety and your friends will still be there. when you
At
go
child
back to
rearing
them.
8,
Curing social anxiety in your child.
At an early age. It just gets
Yeah.
harder as they get older.
If you want to roll, I think you could do like child rearing or something. It'll just be maybe up to
Okay.
and we'll say this is sort of like you can use this as like a setup, whatever it's called in this system, for uh your other actions trying to get our friend.
Okay, sure. I feel like there's something I Can I fork read? Do I
You're
have
making up a story.
Can I fork write?
Probably not.
I don't know. What's the most storytelling one? Rhetoric? Soothing
Probably just tell a
platitudes?
coherent story.
Rhetoric or oratory, probably.
Okay,
I would say
rhetoric.
rhetoric maybe if you're trying to convey like a moral.
Yeah. The moral is don't be worried about your friends. You'll find friends
You'll find friends very soon.
very soon.
Tomorrow, even.
This should be fine.
Just casually name drop that page.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. She listens intently, asks a couple dumb questions, and then she falls asleep before you're done.
Perfect. That's what you want in a story.
Okay, and then you sort of turn to leave, and Alden's standing in the door. Like, can we talk?
I'd join him.
I'm a little concerned about Ardelia's safety
Okay.
with our group of friends. Not slightest which, because I mean, you all did sort of entice a mob to kill a man yesterday, today even, actually, I think. But and I don't really like how that one keeps looking at her. I'll let you infer which one I'm talking about, because it's actually two that are looking at her
Yes.
strangely all the time. And then the other two, there's overlap between those two that I
Yep.
was talking about and the two that I'm now talking
Yep.
about. There's exactly one overlap.
Yeah.
They're just sitting out in the cold. They haven't moved since we've
Correct.
been in here.
I was the first.
It's been 20 minutes and they're just sitting out there.
Yes. What do you think we should do about this?
Leave. Go
That's fine.
somewhere. Remember, you wanted to solve the Strava problem. I consider that A+ solved.
Thank you, Alden. Yeah, we can leave.
And he considers that conversation done and goes into bed to go to sleep. You two are
Poor
sitting out in
Alden.
the cold. Who do you think speaks first?
Who do you think?
Who do you think speaks at all?
Who do you think speaks first? Search
It's
deep into your
me!
heart.
Because like Hagen finished that, points to your bleeding leg.
Probably clotted by now. So he points to the
Yeah.
snow and is like, "Hey, do you want that snack or?"
Are you saving that for later?
No, I have that.
It's nice to sound rude, but you smell delicious.
Oh, Ragaire. Okay,
Literally.
I think Ada, kind of the fog clears from her mind, and she just like maybe gives a little bit of like a sigh, like a groan of like, oh, this something. She like looks at Ragaire, sees that he's gone through pretty much the same thing, and it's like, saints above, jeez, Ragaire, it's something. What is
You look at
wrong?
Ragaire and you can see Ragaire's veins in his face.
Ragaire, what is wrong with your face? That's not normal for elves, is it?
Ada, I don't need this from you right now.
No, normally, I mean, your face is beautiful, but this is not normal.
No, yeah, Ragaire is just like, I don't know what's happening. This isn't normal.
You look at
I
Ada,
don't
you
feel
can
good.
also see Ada's veins in her face.
You have them too!
I have them too. Ada's starting to get like hysterical, like, breathing really fast. Oh my god, there's veins in my face. Are there normally veins in my face? Ragaire!
Ada, calm down. He just gives her like a little shake. It's like, focus. Whatever it is, we're still okay. We just need to figure out what happened to us and how to fix it. Simple.
But
We
for
got
how
this.
long? I mean, this is getting where we've been feeling bad ever since we left the manor. And it seems to be getting worse every night.
Well, then we have 24 hours until our next fort test, and we have to figure it
And
out.
will, apparently.
There's more, and I think Ragaire is just like, there's definitely more in that manner. We just don't know what it is. That boy is still running around. I knew we shouldn't have left him hanging around up to no good.
That boy is not gonna fix us, though. We need a healer.
Well, or we need to know what Lord Strava did in the first place. And that would be at the manor.
I think Ada is thinks this is some kind of maybe curse. Like, she doesn't necessarily realize exactly that it's come from the zombies, but she thinks she's superstitious. So I think it's fairly reasonable to say that she thinks they either brought bad blood with them, or something in the Stravat manor was cursed. So I think she's like, we need a wise woman. We need someone who can fix us, with the old ways. The religions are not, the faith is not working lately. Unless it's healing my rival, Angar Smith, when I'm not around. Yeah, I think she's like, there've been whispers. I've heard whispers before in my travels and back at my village that sometimes when the dead rise or there's evil practitioners, that sometimes the wise folk know of ways to deal with the situation. So Ada wants to eventually try and find someone who knows folklore.
How are you gonna find someone wise in this town?
That's a great question. Martine has severely hurt my opinion of this town.
Yeah, there seems to be a lack of that.
Not only do I know Ivan of the Road, but I also know Calthea. And she healed me when I was sick. Right when I became exiled, and she lives in this town. Let's go see her.
Does she? Okay, yes. Sure. Who is this Calthea? You've never talked about her before. Who's Calthea right there? She healed you? What kind of healing?
I now know Ada's feeling better because she's gossiping about my life. I'm like, we can go visit her in the morning. It's too late to see her now.
Early in the morning. We do not have a lot of time.
Okay.
Also,
she's wise in many things. Wirt? I don't know, and he's been acting strangely around Odelia lately.
You all have been acting strange around Odelia, except for maybe Morrine, but she was always a weird mom.
I'm an elf. What do you want from me? I don't know how children work.
I forgot. She gives you a little pat on the back. She's like, now where did I put my hammer?
I think it's next to the front door.
Yeah. It's in the front door. She starts wandering around in the snow, kicking snow out of the way to try and find it. In case it got buried or anything.
It's still up at the front door.
Yeah. She'll go grab that real quick. Clean it off and...
Covered in blood.
Mildly covered in blood. It's fine. She fixes that and heads inside.
The door's locked.
She goes back around to the back door and goes in through the back door.
The door is also locked.
Is it?
I've been told that they are locked.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Ada will just bang on the door and say, Morrine, can we come in? It's kind of cold, I guess. It's not too bad, actually.
Yeah, it's nice temperature.
It's Not
It's
too
a nice
bad.
Temp-
but
temperate.
I would
The animal
prefer
freezes
a
to death
bed.
next to you. Oh, this is fine.
Ada, we're sleeping.
You're sleeping.
Yes.
Am I not sleeping too?
No, you're sitting out in the snow cold. Why are you and Ragaire acting so weird? You can't
That's
come
why
in
I'm
unless you
banging on
stop
the
acting
door.
weird.
How are you talking to me right now?
Through the door, Ada.
Through
Can't
the
you
door.
tell?
Yeah, now I can tell. Why are we acting weird? I think that manor is cursed. Something that I don't know. There's something bad going on, obviously. But it must have transferred to me and Ragaire. This is not normal. I've
Ragaire
never felt ill like this before. I don't think Ragaire has either.
answers Morrine from behind her.
You can't be
Just
behind
gone.
her.
I came through a
Also
window.
locked out.
Bruh, I came through a window.
Did you break the window?
Maybe.
We'll say you're still outside.
Also,
And I'll
you
say, I know
stabbed
you're
me.
worried.
Ada, that was for
You have
science.
no leg to stand on.
I do have 2 legs to
Doesn't
stand
have an arm
on.
to stand on.
Ada, I just think that if you are cursed, and I think you probably are, I agree with you. I don't want this curse, so I don't want you in my house. And we're gonna sort this out in the morning. Don't you worry about
Wow.
it.
Some true friend you are, Morrine. I should have known. Okay, that's
Explain
fine.
this to a person with long
Just remember,
memory.
I never forget, Morrine. I never forget. But I understand. You know, you
Ada,
gotta be careful.
There's
Look
literally an
after
inn down the street. It's not that bad.
because she deserves a better mother than you.
There's not even enough beds in my house to house all you people. Okay.
We just got demoted to you people. So sad.
There
Ragaire
are enough
picked
beds
up-
for us. There were
Really?
specifically 2 guest rooms, I think.
All
You're a
deny
liar.
sleep in
takes
separate
his things
beds.
and leaves.
Oh, okay.
In the same room, they just put 2 beds in it, so there's an empty room.
Right, yeah. Okay, well,
We can stay with Ivan. I say, come on, I know a place you might like, and I lead Ada down to meet Ivan of the Road and take over his workshop.
Agar's workshop, he's probably gotten some attention by now.
I
other
forgot that
than
Ingar.
just-
Yeah,
Hey, well, you guys
He owes
turn
me
and
a
walk
favor.
away.
We'll find a
From
place, I'm sure.
Casa de
Worst
Beaumont.
comes to
You get
worst,
about
I'll bully Martine.
10 feet from the house, maybe like around a corner, and you are met with the sort of ominous s- sight of an old woman who you recognize as Lanka, and she's just sort of sitting out in the street, huddled up, looking sort of up at the moon as it's rising, and she sort of tells to you, or doesn't even look at you, she just sort of speaks, and she's like, "It's mighty cold tonight. There's something on the wind." And then she turns and she walks down the road. And you
Lanka!
hear in the distance a wolf howl. Far in the distance.
What is this? Right, Logan, because we need more things to deal with right now.
I mean, it's in the distance.
Oh.
Wolves are part of life.
And then we'll hop
Have
back
that
right
engraved
back
on a
over
hammer.
to Brother Wirt.
Yeah, trying to find a family counselor. Perhaps
I
a
think we've
child
helped things along for you.
I think
Have
our
you?
group needs a family counselor.
Yeah, I think this dynamic has gotten
Adventuring
somehow more
party.
complicated.
Therapist.
You want to roll circles? Is that what?
Yes.
Okay, base sub 1. Uncommon occupation. Is this a church counselor? A youth group counselor?
Ooh, yes. A youth
Okay.
pastor.
Okay. Youth pastor. Plus
I
2.
still think that's uncommon.
Yeah. Okay. So that's ob 3.
Or is it specific?
Lower rank, higher rank, doesn't matter. Common to the circle. Knowledge different from the members of the circle. Probably not.
Child rearing? Is that the knowledge you want, though?
Oh. Is it? Or do you just want to...
I don't
Yes.
want somebody that can serve as like a surrogate parent. I want
Okay.
somebody who can be convincing to a parent,
Someone who's not me and can talk to Morrine.
who can help me talk to Morrine. Yes.
Okay. We'll call that ob 3.
Okay. I have one affiliation.
We'll call it... I will say it is ob 4. Plus 1 from character knowledge, because if you don't have it, then it's probably not common in the thing.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Ob
Otherwise,
4.
you wouldn't need to ask for it.
Ooh, we are
Ooh,
re-rolling that 6.
Nice.
Enmity Clause.
Ooh!
Yeah, Enmity Clause!
Enmity! Or you can just fail.
No, you will never just fail a circle.
Enmity Clause is the best clause.
Yeah. You still get to name them.
You do get to name them if you want.
If you want help.
I'm
finding
gonna
this
need filled in on what the enmity clause is.
So when you fail, I can invoke the enmity clause. Rather than finding someone who is favorably disposed to the character, you find an enemy out there. Someone who feels insulted, mocked, intimidated, cheated, or scorned. They are obviously unwilling to freely give information and favors,
But they do have the skills that you want.
but they do have...
Side
They meet
question.
all the requirements that you asked about.
Except liking you.
Do
Can you get
just
married
get to name
in
them?
your religion?
You can just name them if you want. You don't have
but-
to.
Can I
There's
can I
no
do more
benefit.
than name them? Can I spice it up a little bit?
You can spice it up. I have 100% veto power.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I think there is. How do you have a rivalry in a church?
Well, I'll set the scene for you. Someone
for sure,
runs
easy.
walks into the kitchen where you were sort of standing after Wendy left,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the man who was sort of at Willow with you just moments before,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "Brother Wirt, I think I know what Willow meant. But there's a child up at the manor. I think his name is Lucas. I think she knows he's the one. I've felt it for some time now, and I think this was what I was looking for."
Mm-hmm.
He's the one.
He is the one.
Why?
What is my name, Brother Wirt?
It's got to start with
Look.
a W.
Wayne, I don't know who told you this, but quite frankly, I'll take any help I can get right now. So, if you think you got some leads on the one on the next monarch, then let's do it. I'm along for the ride.
Perfect. I think we will take a quick, exactly 10-minute break as we start the new day, unless anyone has more nighttime activities.
I just, for narrative's sake, I know that practice is like a longer term thing mechanically, but I feel like with the weird physical changes, Ragaire will take some time to kind of like train a little bit before going to bed, like seeing if his like reflexes are quicker or slower, or like, you know, can he see far or near? Just kind of like seeing if he can like get a grip on like what, if anything, is different in his body.
I'll
I don't know if
brainstorm
that's a
what that
roll, but
looks like over the break.
I
and
do
then-
Yeah.
also want to see this Ivan in the smithy scene because I feel like it will be nice and good.
would like to
I
request
don't want to talk to
Ivan.
Ivan.
That's where you guys were going for the night, I thought.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what
I
Ragaire said.
suggested it. Ada may have vetoed me along the way. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't
No, I
know
mean, we
where
can
Ivan
go.
lives. I'm just
We'll
like, I
come
know a
right back
guy.
to
I'm
that
so
then.
proud
Yeah,
of
sounds
myself.
Break.
Ivan on the road.
And we're back. Right as that timer hit 0 for the first time.
Lies and slander. We do it every time it hits 0. It's every time Abby hits that
No,
button.
I meant for the first time tonight. Like, it didn't go around twice.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Okay.
Mhm.
I take it back.
Thank
I
you.
pulled my lawsuit.
Will not be sued for defamation. Okay, so we are finding Ivan on the road so that you guys have a place to stay off the street.
Yeah. Did I understand how to do that with the circles roll? Questionable.
10 minus your circles.
7.
What?
No,
That's
aptitude.
aptitude.
You
Why
just
are we
roll,
talking about that?
roll circles. You get an advantage because you named him, and it's op 3 theoretically.
I can handle that.
3.
Yeah.
3 is the base. I mean, it could be harder since it's nighttime.
Where's
I
he
think
gonna
it should
go?
make it easier
Yeah,
because
where's
he's
he
more
gonna
likely
go?
to be at his home, right?
Well, that is true.
True.
But he
Alright,
has
so
to
I
be
get
willing to also interact with you.
one
Ivan is
advantage.
always willing to interact with Ragaire. What are you talking
Base-
about?
We said base 3. We're besties for people that don't care about each
As
other
long as
until
Ivan
it
isn't
matters.
very investigative and doesn't notice the weird veins on you two, it'd be fine.
Do I
6.
want to spend a
Ooh.
fate? Yes.
You have so many.
I should just get rid of my fate. I feel like I hadn't been rolling 6s to be able to even re-roll, so now it's just like
It's the hardest part sometimes.
Nice.
Oh, it's a
3.
success.
no.
Before I forget, Sean and Sarah, make sure you subtract your Artha that you spent on that off-camera roll.
I did it.
You
I
did
already
make
did.
it. Perfect. Okay, so you succeed on finding Ivan from down the road. No, Ivan of the road.
On the
On
road.
the road. He is of the road, down the road, and of the road. Or on the road. Whatever. You
Depends
find
Depends on
him.
the day.
He's
On
up
the roads
the
at
street
all
and he is
time.
down your alley.
You find where he should be. You get to the forge. It is open. Doesn't look like anything has been made here in a while, but it looks like someone has been trying to make something here for a while.
Look,
But
Ada,
it's
this
empty
is perfect.
at the moment. You sort of like get to the it's just like a big shed and the doors are open. And you're sitting there for about half a second, like, I succeeded on this roll. Where is he? And then you get hit with a snowball from behind. And you
This means war.
turn around and you see this much of Ivan on the road as he's like hiding behind a barrel or something. He's like, hey.
I sneak over to Ivan. Ivan, what?
Oh, get
What
down,
are you
get down,
doing?
get down. Oh, you shouldn't be out at night. There's a
Well,
There's a
we're not out. We're
crazy-
here.
there's a crazy woman around. I saw her. She was staring up at the sky. I don't know who she is. I don't like her one bit.
Lanka?
I don't know.
She's totally normal, right?
I didn't like the way she's staring at that sky. Oh, hey, I've been meaning. Remember how you gave me that job? Oh, I did it. I did it real good. I already went around and asked about those people you was talking about. I mean, not the people you're talking about. He like side eyes.
Ada.
Ada?
She's cool, man.
Ada's just like enjoying the fact that she's near blacksmithing and is like looking at tools, like thinking about stoking the forge. Like she's obsessed.
I mean, find you, Artie. What did you find him? Ask him to do exactly. It was find who for what.
Questions. Calthea. I think I wanted him to find Calthea. Did I not?
Was it to see like what the temperament of the town was after?
Oh, yes. I thought that was an immediate answer, though. Yeah. Originally, I came to him to be like, what's everyone doing? Like, what's the situation
yeah,
after this
411.
huge
Well, he's
effigy?
like, talk of the town. I mean, they don't like it. They don't like it one bit. That I can tell. People don't like Strava. Some don't like that he's dead. Anyway, I also got I've heard some rumors today.
Oh, rumors.
There's an elf in town.
An elf?
There's an elf in town running around in disguise.
Not me.
You're an elf?
He rolls his eyes. All right, what's
Not
his
like you,
disguise?
not like you. Well, I don't
What-
know. It's just
you don't-
rumors. People have seen ears. Ears on roads, ears behind doors, pointed.
Ragaire's like, oh, interesting. I would say, thanks, Ivan. Can we stay here tonight?
Out here on the street.
Here in the forge where we're standing, where there's a fire and things. Inside here.
Oh. Oh yeah, sure, I guess. Why not? I mean, I work here now, so I think I have that yeah, I can say you. Yeah, you can stay here.
Great, you're
I
a
haven't
good
got any
guy.
beds. I've been sleeping here over here next to the forge.
Great. Well, we'll just pile up a bunch of coats and make it work.
Hey,
and he's
what's that on your face?
oh, it's a new tattoo. Don't worry about
Oh.
it.
Why does his match, or why does hers match?
It's a trend.
Can I get one?
We're part of a gang.
Ooh, I want to be part of a gang. What are we doing? Don't worry, I'm cool, man. I'm cool.
First, you got to prove yourself, Ivan, and you're gonna have to do what we tell you in order to be part of the gang.
That sounds like too much work.
Yeah.
You're now
yeah.
our lackey.
I got a job here. I can't just wander around.
Yeah. Could Ada like maybe borrow some equipment if she needs to do repairs? She's a real good blacksmith. She could, help you if you need help.
I can help her if she needs me to
Okay.
show her the round.
Okay. Well, this
I
is
got a couple of
Ada.
hammers and some other hammers that are different shapes. I know I'm intimately familiar with the operation I'm going here.
I introduced you
Like,
to.
I know more than you. Please stop talking. She is probably very excited to be next to a forge, but she's not going to actually forge anything because it's the middle of the fucking night.
He lets you stay here tonight. Okay. Any other nighttime activities?
Nope.
Okay. Do you all
Morning.
wake up to a bunch of new snow that fell during the night?
What happened after meeting Wayne? We just kind of left off on, great, Wayne, you're part of the team. You're gonna find that kid.
Oh, unless you intervene, he went and like back up to Willow to try if he could see if he could discern any more meaning from what she was saying.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I guess Wirt is staying at the Abbey, and then he'll wake up early morning and reconvene with the group. So, however that factors into the timeline.
Perfect.
The fellowship is broken.
Not
There
no more.
is no group.
We've
show
been
up at the house.
exiled. We were exiled.
Okay, perfect. Well, what do you two do in the morning? You head back to the house?
Or we can go see Calthea.
Yeah, Ada's kind of upset with Morrine, so she's willing to trust Ragaire to at least start by trying to find Calthea.
Well, in that case, we'll go back to Brother Wirt, who shows up at the Beaumont house.
Mm-hmm. Knock on the door.
Hello?
The huge.
Hello?
Morrine,
Yeah.
could you let me in, please? It's very cold.
No, I don't think I will. Alden's uncomfortable with you all, so he just wants a break.
What a good wife. Listening to her husband for once.
Whew.
Ousting her friends without a word.
Can we
That's true. Red flag.
Can we speak?
Yeah, but not okay. I'll come out. Give me a sec.
I was like, are you scared of Wirt? Are you worried he'll
Opens the door a little
best you
bit,
somehow?
steps out, closes it, locks it
Yeah,
behind her.
exactly.
Okay, we can
Ugh.
talk now. You notice there's a lot of crushed snow, but it's like fallen over. You can see like 2 big divots in the ground where 2 people had sat. There's some like a little bit of dripped blood if you like dug and looked under the snow.
That's in the back.
Yeah, let's
Wirt
just
went up to the back door.
sure. We're gonna get the rundown of what happened last night. How did things go? I'm trying to find people to help figure out how to run this town.
Like Ada and Ragaire are acting real weird, and like I said, Alden's kind of uncomfortable. Like he said, 2 of you are obsessed with Odelia, and he doesn't like that. And then 2 of you are like acting weird and sick, and he doesn't like that. And there's overlap of 1 person, I think, is what he said. I don't know, but
I
he
hear
didn't like
elf
it.
prejudice in all of this.
Odelia hasn't been vaccinated against black oil.
So
I'm sorry.
they
Obsessed
went
with
off.
Odelia?
What?
Obsessed with Odelia?
Yeah, looking at her weird. I don't know. I think Ragaire just likes her, and I don't know who he was talking about, but I don't think you're sick. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Ada and Ragaire. I didn't let them back in the house after they were sitting in the snow for way too long, so I don't know where they went for the night, but I think they'll probably show up here in a little bit.
And
We're mad.
I'm sorry. They were ill. They were on your back porch.
They just had. They didn't really want to talk about it. Ada's blood looked really weird.
I didn't want to talk about it. I tried to talk about it. Ada
sorry.
not want to talk about it. That sounds like a lie.
Ada's blood looked weird?
Yeah, but I'm not a doctor, so it's not
She
like I
stabbed
can...
her.
We,
That's how
we've
she
had
got the
some
blood.
run-ins with weird blood recently.
Yeah, that's why I stabbed her.
I'm sorry, you stabbed her?
You just gotta see
And
if...
now Morrine is the villain.
Yeah, she had weird blood, but her and Ragaire, they just wanted to like sit out here and hold their heads and like have headaches or whatever, and I have things to do. So
What thing do you have to do outside of attend to your friends in their hour of need?
I tend to my family in their hour of need.
It seems to me that you can accomplish both. Where are Ada and
I
Ragaire
told
now?
you. I told them to go to the inn, so we could go check the inn.
I think that's an excellent idea. We have
Okay,
2
let's
friends
go
who are
check the inn.
potentially very ill, out in the cold right now.
They didn't seem bothered by it, which did bother me. But what can you do? Okay, I'll knock on the door and be like, Alden, I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, don't stay out.
Okay, I'll try. Okay, let's go. Find them.
Don't meet up with your creepy friends.
If you do, don't bring her back here.
I think Alden's the real problem here.
I'll walk
Yeah.
down the street to the inn I've seen down the way.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is there
we
an
get
inn
there.
down the way?
I've made it fact.
Have you? That sounds
inn-wise.
like inn-wise or village-wise.
I have
Or
kingdom-wise,
even
even better.
road-wise.
This is a franchise of inns across the kingdom. No, there's an inn, sure. As you're arriving, they're sort of hammering a sign out front that says, "No food, don't ask."
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go
okay.
up to the person who's nailing this sign in. I'm not gonna ask, don't worry.
Can I help you, dear?
Yeah, have you seen very tall man elf and a shorter woman, very talkative?
Are you talking about Ada, dear?
Yes. Did they come here?
No, I haven't seen her in a while.
How do you know her? We've been
Who
here for
doesn't?
like
She-
3 days.
Oh, she's been here every night talking all my patrons' ears off.
That's weird.
Everybody knows Ada.
Everyone knows Ada. That other one, never heard of him. Ragaire, never heard of it.
Ada's told you about him. They're not here.
No, I haven't seen him.
Well, that's
Did
the
I
end
have-
of the road, Wirt. I don't know where they are.
Well, then we had someone with road-wise.
You can make this road go forever.
Yeah, we're gonna. Just start wandering around town, asking around, looking for Ada and Ragaire. I don't know if that's it's a circles roll if they're.
I was gonna
player
say, can you
character.
circles other players? I don't think you can, but
I don't think so. Let's just roll a die of fate.
I'm also of
Tracking.
note going to separate from you and be like, if you find them, come back to the house.
I thought we weren't supposed to go back to your house.
Oh, I can go back to my house. I mean, you can't come
Oh,
in my
but the
house,
three of
but
us
you can
can?
come find me at the house if you want. I mean, you don't have to.
Enjoy your hot water, and Wirt walks off.
that's Ragaire's specialty. You can't make that without Ragaire.
Ain't nobody can make Ragaire's hot water without Ragaire.
Do you two want to be found?
We're not avoiding. I guess we're not avoiding them.
Okay.
Yeah,
that
we're
case,
just like not
Wirt,
going
roll a
back.
die of fate.
Oh, I'm just gonna roll a d6 because I don't know how to
What
roll
a
a die of
of
fate.
fate is.
That's great. It's a 1.
That's great.
That's great.
It's great for Logan.
Does anything happen on a 1?
It's just
No,
no
there's
fail,
no-
but it's
yeah.
not like a super fail.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think so. Yeah, so we'll just say no, you don't happen to run into them on your way out. You do run into Ivan on the road, maybe.
Oh,
Throws a
Do you want to
snowball at
circles
you.
for Ivan on the road?
Throws a snowball at you and be like, "Hey, you're friends with that hockey girl, right?"
yes. Have you seen her?
Yeah, they were here last night.
Oh, where did they go?
He's as you like step closer, he sort of looks you up and down. And is like, "Well, I don't know if I should tell you. Don't. You're not in their gang. You don't have those marks."
Marks.
You don't have the
Oh,
tattoos.
yeah, they got the coolest tattoos, guy. That's all over her face. Like she's got a. I told her I really wanted some, and they were gnarly. Ooh.
Face tattoos? What?
I think they were all over her body too. I didn't get a good look. They were indecent. I would say, you know.
I'm afraid I don't know anybody with any face tattoos. Are we sure we're talking about the same blacksmith woman? Very talkative.
If I wouldn't
Uh,
call her black, maybe like a dirty woman at the most.
Okay, sure, yes.
I
Ada?
tried to show her a couple. Yeah. I think
That
that's
shouts into the distance. You hear a ringing echo. I'm a journeyman blacksmith, accredited by the city and the local smiths. How dare you insult me so?
Yeah, I mean, it was really like spindly, right, all over her face and a little bit on her arms.
They
They look
seem
pretty
cool.
cool. I
certainly
really
a
sort of
very-
wanted them.
That's a very new look for her. That's exciting.
Well, yeah, I
Um,
was gonna tell you about them, but you're not in the gang, so I don't think I can. It's very clear that they said Ada was in the gang, and that's why she was cool.
I am just concerned about them is all, making sure that they're staying warm in the cold. I also have a letter from home that I would love to give to Ada. Something about some Smith's Guild business. So if
Oh, you can leave that with me.
leave that with you, okay. And I just like rummage for a piece of parchment and look at it for a second. You know what? No, I think I do need to deliver this in person. I'm sorry. Where might she be?
Know if I can tell you.
I would like to attempt to persuade Ivan on the road.
He has a will exponent of white 24.
I can't say I'm surprised.
But he can't hold down a job.
Yeah.
He's too willful.
What do I say? What skills do I have? What can I fork in? Feed this RP.
Probably will exponent 3.
Okay. I would like to. Oh God, I don't even know what to fork in. None of these is. I don't even know this guy. I'm just gonna roll persuasion, I guess. Can I fork in soothing platitudes and say, well, as the lead blacksmith in town, surely information
The new
regarding other
lead
smiths
blacksmith.
is relevant to you, and it's important that as the head of the local blacksmithing guild, you should be making sure that all of your members are getting the information that they need, and this letter is specifically to be delivered only to her.
He's nodding along. He's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You can take that.
Okay,
4.
great. And this is an ob
3.
3.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no,
Ivan, no.
No cigar.
Hey, well,
went
let's
well.
see. What happens, Brother Wirt?
Very little.
You see, you are. Let's see. You're trying to talk to Ivan, and you're interrupted by some very loud hammering. Like, and it stops, and then you start talking, and then it starts again, and it's just real obnoxious. And you look over, and there's someone like nailing like a flyer to the wall almost.
Okay.
And then they like start to walk away, and you're like, "Thank God!" But then you like sort of glance at it, and you recognize an unmistakable sign of a woman with a hippo head, sort of emblazoned on this flyer.
All right, let's investigate.
They have a
Gonna
printing
read-
press over here.
Read the flyer. What does it say?
It's, you walk over, and there's some words, but it's not a lot of words. It just says like power rot, and then it's like has like a little map, and you can like it's almost like a little map of little location, and then it's like a little clock face with the time. It's like meeting this time tonight, all loyal faithful followers of Tarat. People aren't literate in this town.
I understand that, but they're just advertising this cult meeting publicly now.
We need all the help we can get.
Sweet Jesus. Okay,
Sweet
yeah.
Tarat.
I have both roadwise and streetwise. Can I determine the location based off this map and my?
Like, do you actually have both of those?
Yes, I do.
What?
What's the
Yeah.
difference?
Because roadwise is so useless, you need
Roads
streetwise.
versus streets.
I also have freeway wise, but I didn't think that one would be quite applicable.
Highway wise, yeah. Geez, are streets for cities and roads for not cities?
I'm guessing
Jeez.
streetwise is for like I don't know why.
Oh,
I
it's
picked that one.
Street
That's gonna
smart?
be more like the
Yeah, is it
guy
like
on the
street
corner. Yeah,
smarts?
yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, can I recognize where in town that is? It's kind of
I mean,
without having to walk around. Do I know?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's that house down over there.
it's constructed in such a way that it is meant to be followed. So
Great.
it's pretty easy to figure out where it is.
Yep. Okay. Mental
By
note.
the time you turn
snapshot,
around,
great.
Ivan's back inside work, and he's like, "Sorry, gotta practice my craft. There's only one blacksmith in this town now."
Slams the door, and I'm just like, ah.
He's not dead. He's just recovering.
Okay, perfect. Hop back over to Morrine, who arrives home, does the secret knock. assures her husband that there's no one with
No
her. She's
friends
not under
with her.
duress. She's like, Odelia doesn't have friends? I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to our page?
Yeah, that's not happening now. You think Alden's just gonna let some strange page start hanging out with Odelia? No.
No, I think I'll stay with Odelia at home and like make breakfast or something to the best of my abilities, and I'll send Alden out to figure out like a carriage situation to get back.
He goes out sometime later. We'll say like an hour or so passes, and he comes back and does this little secret knock, assures you your friends aren't with him. Comes on in.
Yeah.
He's like, I have some bad news, Morrine. I don't know if we're gonna be able to leave.
Why not?
I've talked to every single person with road rise in this town, and that
And they're
snow
all
last
our
night-
friends.
that snow last night. Apparently, it was a lot here in town, but it was way more outside, sort of
Mm.
like on the road. And they said we can't. They said we shouldn't go, and I said that we needed to, and they said it's at our own risk, and I don't want to risk Odelia.
No, that doesn't seem good. Okay, well, the snow will go away eventually, and then we can go.
Or shovel.
We can't shovel all the way back.
I've seen your friend do it.
They did not shovel all the way back to the kingdom.
Well, who knows how far the snow goes? Probably not that far.
And the mountains are. We went through a lot of mountains on the way here, Alden.
I don't want to stay.
Well, it doesn't sound like we have a choice.
I'm
Unless you
just
can think of
upset
a
about
better.
it.
What about like a sleigh? That guy had a sleigh. He was like
Drop
going
it?
around on the roads.
Strawberry?
Yeah, that
Did
guy.
the horses have snowshoes? Snow
Tomas.
hooves?
Tomas. Yeah, I mean, he has a sleigh. I think
Who
it's parked
drove that
outside of your
sleigh?
house
Oh.
after you brought the dead body and the live body that's now a
Yes.
dead body.
What about this sleigh? Alden?
I don't know how to drive that. I don't know who drove it down here.
Who did drive? I don't know either.
It just sort of fell down the hill in a controlled manner.
Yeah. Well, you're
Yeah, I
right.
think
More of a
Ragaire
toboggan.
and Ada walked it down.
Ragaire and Ada drove the sleigh.
Well, now we can't leave.
Well, that's unfortunate, but thank you for looking.
And then Odelia sort of does her characteristic toddle up.
Hmm.
Like, Mommy, where's Ada?
Ada is off on an adventure, sweetie.
She left me?
No, she didn't leave you. I mean, she's still here. She's just not here.
She didn't take me on the adventure?
No, because it's really cold outside.
I have a
That's
hat.
dangerous. A hat's not enough to protect you from the cold. Do you see how much snow there was? Do you want to go? We can go play in the snow a little bit and then come back inside.
On that mound?
Sure.
I love jumping on that mound. And then she's like, "Wait, where's Ragaire?
Ragaire's also on that adventure. It's an
He also went without
adult
me?
only adventure. They didn't mean to go without you. They just couldn't take you.
Everyone always leaves me.
What? Don't say that. That's not true.
You never take me on adventures. You always find babysitters or leave me with Dad.
Do you want to? We can go on an adventure right now. Do you want to go on an adventure?
Yeah?
Okay. Let's go.
Where are we going?
Where are we going?
I'm gonna hand her a little wooden dagger that I've made, like a little wooden sword that she has, and have Alden put her on my shoulders. She has to hold
Yeah,
on
pick her
real
up.
tight. And then we're gonna go run out into the street and pretend to fight monsters.
Okay, perfect. Did you have anything you wanted to do before I hop over?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Our two gang members
The newest, coolest gang on the streets. We're the Black Blood Gang.
We're the most aesthetic
Black
gang you've
Blood
ever
Gang.
seen. The Black Blood Gang.
Full body tattoos required.
No entrance to hot springs of any kind. Yes. We're going to see
You are
Calthea.
narratively obligated to have left Crazy Ivan's Forge.
Yes.
Yeah, we're out of there. We're finding Calthea. I think we left at like dawn. Like Ada wants to go as soon as possible.
I
Yeah.
feel like Ragaire
Calthea is a healer, apparently.
she healed Ragaire 25 years ago, and he knows that she's like retired in this village, and has deduced that she's not in the village proper, but probably like on the outskirts or something. So that is one of the reasons why he hasn't seen her until now.
You sort of ask around and you're sort of pointed in the right direction, and yeah, she has a house sort of on the outskirts of the town, not like in the woods by any means, but just like not in the center of the village. And you get there, you can see a little bit of like smoke rising from the chimney, so she's up, she's doing something when you get there.
Is Calthea an elf, Ragaire?
No,
Okay.
she's not.
Just gotta be careful about who I reveal your
insult?
elvish heritage to.
No, she knows I'm an elf. She helped me 25 years ago, and I meant to repay the favor to her, but now it seems like I'm going to need her help again.
Let's hope she's in a good mood.
It's been 25 years, and that can have a significant change in humans.
Yes, it usually does. I'm impressed she's still around.
Ragaire's like, I just hope she remembers me.
Oh, Ragaire, you're unforgettable. Don't worry.
I don't know. I have a face tattoo now.
It gives a little knock on the door. And kind of like gestures at Ragaire to...
Ragaire shuffles. I think he's got his hood up like he's a little embarrassed.
She's like, opens the door and she's like, I told you not to come back. I won't have it. Oh, you're not him. Can I help you? And Ragaire, you see a Calthea who looks not more than 5 years older than the last time you saw her.
Oh,
But that's not unusual for you.
that's true. I'm like, Calthea! And I throw back my hood and I'm like, remember, it's me. It's me. The elf that you helped in the woods that time.
Oh,
That time,
Ragaire.
remember?
Yeah. Not every couple days that I heal an elf back from the brink of death and they offer to repay me and then run away for 25 years and then show up looking rather odd at my doorstep in the morning.
Well, it was for your own good, Calthea. People were after me and I didn't want them to come after you.
So come in. Don't stand out there in the cold.
I like shuffle and I bring Ada and I'm like, look, doesn't she look great?
She does look good. When did you meet her?
Oh, 25 years ago. She just really, some
She
humans are
looked
just
at
built
most
different.
like 40.
Was she very young when you met her?
Oh, she looks exactly the same.
Okay.
In Calthea's house, you see it's equipped with like a bunch of like your typical apothecary that I know we've all been to. Like there's some drying things hanging from the ceiling. She has like a couple like little vials of stuff. She has maybe a little cooker bubbling away with some hot water with honey. There's a couple people like in here, sort of laying on like cots. They have
Great.
some form of remedy. They're like weird things. Like I don't know. One of them has like they're almost not hanging upside down, but they're laying down with like their legs up in the air. The other one has like slices of cucumber on their eyes.
Like a spa day.
Yeah.
Calthea makes hot water. I knew she was good.
She got
It's
the best
true.
hot water.
Did you learn
Ada.
your recipe from her?
I may have learned my recipe from Calthea, the hot water
Ugh,
recipe. No one
it's a
makes
good
it
hot
like
water
her.
recipe.
And she's like,
Up the
well, find someone that's not taken. There's a lot of sick people in this town, so don't cough on anyone. Don't let them cough on you.
Okay.
Speaking of sick, Ragaire, nudge, nudge.
Oh, Calthea. We came to see you in a professional capacity. We have been experiencing strange symptoms, notably these. you may have
Yes.
noticed.
Well, I
Uh,
wasn't gonna comment, but they look terrible.
Yeah, they don't feel too great, and yeah, we just were hoping that you could help us figure out what's wrong. I'm an elf. I shouldn't have this stuff, happen to
This
me
isn't like a
usually.
weird metamorphosis. You're not spinning like a cocoon. You're gonna grow out with wings.
Not that I know of, no.
And I'm not no.
She's
Has
a
this
talker. I
happened?
don't like her.
It's okay. She's good. You get used to the noise and you just
Ada really
begin
wants to
sense-
say something. He's like,
She's like, she has her uses.
You mean, okay, I don't like people who talk. They just yabba 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 yabba, and I can't work in talking. I need
That's
silence.
true. She can be quiet.
pristine concentration. Ragaire, don't
She can-
interrupt me. I want. There's no talking here.
Ragaire just like thrusts his arm under Calthea's like into her hand is like check out my veins. Do something. Non-verbal, check out my veins.
She touches you, and she sort of like licks at them. She's like, "This hurt."
Not really.
Hmm.
Ow!
She sort of like touches Ada. She's like, touches Ragaire again. Touches both of you together. Separates. Touches. Like, now, y'all are very cold.
No, I know it's been a long
you're an
time,
elf.
shakes her
Calthea.
head.
You weren't cold last time I touched you, and you're a human, so you shouldn't be cold to begin with.
We nod our heads like good children.
Okay. Well, I got just a thing. You guys sit down. She goes over to her little pot of boiling water. You hear some clinking, some clanking, some bubbling. She comes over gives you both the cup and is like, drink this.
Is it
Hot water.
literally? Is it just hot water?
Oh.
Okay.
We drink it.
Did you ask her that as Ada?
No. Ada looks at it. Does it look like just hot water?
Does it look like just hot water? Yes.
Okay. Ada takes a sip. Does it taste just
It
like hot
tastes
water?
like the best hot water with honey that you have ever tasted.
Okay, Ada was about to be really mad, but if it's that good, she slurps it down.
I don't
Ooh,
steal recipes from incompetent
Ragaire.
sources.
This is very good.
I
This-
know, better than mine,
Ragaire's
right?
cannot hold a candle to it. Ragaire's tastes like it was made above a honey scented candle. Completely.
I
Okay,
still
she's-
can't get the recipe right.
But I don't feel cured. Ragaire.
Just wait. Ada, patience. Inside voice.
Okay. I'm gonna have her make a roll. Herbalism.
Does she want help? I have
I
herbalism.
need your help.
I have
You can
herbalism.
help her.
I have elvish herbalism too.
She doesn't like talking. I bet she hates singing.
There's no singing. It's a skill.
The skill song, isn't it?
Back
It is a
off.
skill song.
It's a skill song. It doesn't mean I sing though. It's very confusing.
What do you
Yes,
heal
I
with
think
a
it
lute?
does mean you sing. It's like you use songs as a way to learn material. Well, I guess you don't have to sing, but it's taught
You
through
don't
song.
sing.
I
You don't have to
believe.
sing while performing it, but you do
Yeah.
learn it through singing. It's unnecessarily confusing.
Okay.
For the flavor.
For the flavor.
This is going to be an ob for herbalism. She is going to.
Great. She got any forks?
Yes, she's going to
Apothecary?
fork in
Alchemy?
apothecary.
Death arts.
Does she have death arts?
Fork and death arts. She's
She
part of the
does not have
coven.
death arts.
She's part of the coven that is doing the death arts.
She's like, while I have you here, can I talk to you about
Demonology.
the Savior Tower Rot?
Yeah, our Lord and Savior Tower.
Okay, so ob for. She's going to roll.
Good.
Come on, girl.
Does she have Artha?
Does she have Artha? We'll give her one fate.
I believe in you, Calthea. You can heal us.
Oh,
Nope.
that was a big
There's
Hey,
one
does have
six.
fate.
She's a
She's
six
gonna
there.
spend that.
Wow.
Nope.
wow. That was abysmal luck.
Oh no.
So bad.
It's like, I've seen this before. I think you just have to wait it out.
It is not so sure about that. Her control breaks a little, and she's like, I mean, I came from a small village like this, and we had a couple of wise women, and
Oh,
they
you hush.
said there was, ma'am, I don't know if I trust you anymore.
Oh, you hush. There's a doctor coming into town in a couple days. You can just see him.
In a couple days? Who is this doctor?
I don't
He's
know
a
if you know
demon
him.
doctor.
Some strapping young professional from the city, I assume. Lord
And
Stravit,
he's
I
getting here through the
petitioned
snow?
Lord Stravit for help. You can see how many sick people I have. You look around, there's like 4 people in this room. It's like, this
She's
is more than I
overwhelmed.
can handle. I'm overwhelmed in my young age.
Overwhelmed.
And so Lord Stravit sent for a strapping young doctor. He will be here any day, he assured me before. Well, I think you were intimately involved in that. So we'll just put a pin in that one.
Yes, I don't think Lord Stravit will be contributing anything anytime soon. Okay, thanks for the hot water.
Calthea, can we stay with you for the night? We don't have
It's
anywhere to sleep.
morning.
I know. In the next night. In the night to come.
Maybe I don't have any more cots. You
I
know,
can
there's
help.
an inn in town.
It's true.
I hear they don't have food anymore. Don't ask.
Don't ask.
You can just
Well, then they
sleep
better
there.
not charge any money for staying at the inn. Also, I think both of us are destitute in terms
Yeah.
of resources.
I mean, I can help heal her patients, but yeah.
Yes, okay, yeah, you can work. You can earn your stay. What are
Thanks,
your skills?
I am knowledgeable about the herbs of the forest. I have herbalism,
Perfect.
as well as cooking
I'm
and
running out of
hunting and
honey.
packing. In the winter, that might be a little tough.
The bees make it for the winter, so I assume we can find it in the winter to take from them.
Sure, maybe. I don't know. Do you want botulism?
I'm not an infant.
That's how she looks so young. She gives herself Botox.
That's why I need the honey.
Okay.
Perfect. We're gonna hop over to Brother Wirt.
Okay, yes, I have a specific request about timing.
Denied. What do you want?
I would like to arrive at Casa de Beaumont while Morrine and Odelia are out running around, and I've grabbed the flyer and I'm running back and I knock on the door, and just coincidentally this is when I've arrived. This isn't like a planned thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Permission granted?
Sure.
Great. I knock on the door.
You hear Odelia yelling from the backyard.
That's not narratively what I wanted. I continue to
Oh.
knock on the door.
Wait, maybe I ignored the words you were saying, and I
Yeah,
assumed I knew
that's
what you
great.
Alden's
wanted.
Thank you,
at
Logan.
home. We're gone.
Yes.
Okay.
They're off in the forest having their fun adventure time.
I just literally ignored the words you said because I
Yep,
assumed I knew what you wanted.
I
And
can
I was
tell.
thinking
Well,
of something
that's
else.
something Logan never does.
Okay, yeah, you knock at the door. Alden, you hear shuffling on the inside, and he's like, "Hello?"
Alden, it's Wirt. Can we talk, please? Is Morrine around?
He's not.
Can I speak to you then?
Yeah.
May I come in, or can you come out?
Oh, it's a little cold. Marin told me not to let anyone in, but I guess Odelia's not here. Don't tell her I let you in. Do you have the other
Okay.
two?
No.
Okay. You know,
I-
I've been meaning to talk to you man to man. Yeah, you come on in.
Yeah. Okay. I go
Opens the
in.
door.
Come on.
I've got
What can
this
I do
towel
for
wrap
you?
flyer. I am just concerned about the safety of this town, and Morrine's been acting very strange, and I'm worried about Ada and Ragaire as well. I don't understand what's going on.
I'm also worried about Ada and Ragaire. Marin, she's not been acting all that strange. She's just a little protective of Odelia. You do
Understandable.
seem to take an interest in her, and Ragaire also has, and I think she's a little bit. You know,
You know.
I don't want to say distant mother. I'm not going to. That was Logan.
Can we sit down? Perhaps we make some hot water. I think this is a.
I don't. Do you know how to make it?
I do.
This is
No.
a situation that calls for hot water.
Yeah. Wirt goes and makes some hot water. And I sit down wherever he would like to sit down.
In the room, front room, the living room, the talking man to man room.
Alden, there is a demonic force in this town. And at the abbey, we all believe Odelia is perhaps related.
Are you calling my daughter a demon?
I am not. I think exactly the opposite. There are a great number of evil forces in this world, and they are quite keen on stopping forces of great good while they can. I think that Odelia is one of these agents of good, and that you being in this town with her at this time and this infernal cult can't be coincidental. I think this town is dangerous for you, and dangerous for Odelia, most importantly. She has great potential to be an agent of change in this world, and I fear for her safety being here.
You know, a lot of what you just said, Brother Wirt, some of it was really accurate. In other parts, you lost me. Yes, I think she is not safe in this town.
I lost you somewhere. Where did I lose
I
you?
think it was where you were talking about her being a something to do with anti-demons and the force of good. We don't really want to be involved. I haven't really met, we're not religious people. We're not really interested in sort of what you're selling. We just want our daughter to grow up without that. Not that that's bad or anything, but it's just not for us.
I don't. I hope I don't come across as proselytizing. I apologize if I have. That's not my intent. My faith is my own, and it comes from my land, and it is of cultural significance to us. But we don't really go out and try to preach. But
Won't you do that?
Odelia is angelic.
You know, brother, where I forgot, I have a meeting.
I feel like as he says angelic, Odelia is like screaming bloody murder with her mom outside.
Die, Gotron, die!
No, brother Wirt, I don't like what you just said. And I would appreciate it if you left my daughter out of whatever it is you think that she is. She's my daughter and she's Morrine's daughter. That's what she is.
I think you are blinding yourself to the realities of what's happened in this town. How many times in your life have you encountered everything that we have gone through in the last 4 days? If this is typical for you, then you truly are a stupendous and brave man. But I presume this is a unique experience, one that you've only heard about in fairy tales, in myths, in legends.
No, cults are pretty common. That people sort of doing nefarious things. You know, I will say that it's not every day that a village executes their noble, but it's also not every day that that noble is Lord Stravet. Um, but I don't feel there's anything supernatural happening. I feel like I can explain everything that's happened without calling my daughter angelic.
What has happened to our companions Ada and Ragaire? Please explain to me what is going on with them.
I think they're gravely ill and they need to get help.
Gravely ill with what? With the same thing that infected the Lady Stravet?
Maybe.
The
She's
same
dead.
thing.
That's not supernatural. People get sick and die all the time.
Did you see the room that she was in?
Oh? You left me in a burning building as you all ran
He was
outside.
drunk.
The Lady Stravet was being experimented on by this cult.
Okay, let me stop you there. So, this cult was experimenting on Lady Stravet, and now you're sort of essentially trying to convince me to let you experiment on my daughter.
Not even remote.
Then what is it you want?
I want your daughter to get to safety.
And where is that safety?
Not this village. I want to do whatever I can to get your daughter away from this place.
All the roads are snowed in. We tried to leave this morning, and that's not an option. So, if we're stuck here, and we both want the same thing, my daughter and safety. What are you going to do?
I'm not a fighting man, but I would guard her with my life. I can offer the abbey as thicker walls than this wood has to offer. And perhaps more eyes to keep watch.
He seems to be pondering. I think now is a good chance to roll if you want to.
Yes. Okay. Can we get persuasion with a little bit of suasion in there? And if not,
He
suasion.
is very resistant to suasion.
Okay, so that's not gonna work.
No.
Okay. Well, yeah. So let's go with persuasion. And does soothing platitudes work if you're like talking good things about somebody's kid? That feels like it would, right?
I think you're playing up
okay.
you want to protect Odelia, and I think that
Mhm.
you can count that.
Okay, great. And then, what else? None of these religious things are gonna work for him. So I guess, yeah, I'm just gonna roll persuasion, fork in soothing platitudes.
We'll call
He's a man
him.
of reason
And
not
can
elven.
I get an advantage for promising to lay down my life in defense of this man's daughter. Does that count for anything? Does anybody care about that?
No, I think that's sort of what let you make the roll. It's like
Okay, that's fair.
you were, and let's say this will be against his will. How does, what would you say his will is, Morrine? 4?
I was feeling 4, yeah.
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
I'm also gonna keep track of anything that he rolls so that we have a consistent character sheet for him.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Base ob 4.
Yep. And before, oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, shit.
Oh, 2 6s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2
2
6s. We're gonna
6s.
re-roll those. Meaning, 2 dice.
Ugh.
Come on, why? All right, that's fine.
Ragaire gives a little cheer. Yay!
Okay. Perfect. Let's say he's like, I'll talk to Morrine. But I think it's best if you leave. I don't want you being here when she gets back.
Wirt calmly puts the hot water down on the end table, stands up and kind of straightens out his robes and leaves without saying anything.
These Beaumonts, man, they really getting on our.
I don't.
You walk outside, the door closes, you hear it lock, the second lock, third lock, and then like the bar slide across the door.
Mhm.
And
The whole
power-
house becomes
the
encased in iron.
And perfect. And as you are outside, you see Wendy leading someone through town. And she's just sort of, she's talking and she's sort of like leading this person and she's like, it's so good that you've just arrived. I've been trying to feed these people for so long, but there's not really much happening as far as help goes. So the fact that we now have another doctor here in town, I think it's going to be so great. And you look up and you see a very tall, very slender man with slick black hair pulled back and a scar that goes like sort of right on his face. And he looks around and he's like, I have indeed come to help these people. And then he gives a sickly smile, and we'll call it there for the night.
No! No, it's bad! Oh.
Apparently, we're
dun,
supposed to be
dun.
worried about a wolf, though.
Yeah, there's still a wolf. There's a strapping young doctor coming into town.
There's just a priest in a burned out husk of a manor looking for a small child. That child is probably a demon. So
Yep.
who knows when that's going to come back to bite us.
Still need to deal with demon
You know,
child.
Ivan of the road is still on our side, so we really, I mean,
Yeah.
where
Well,
can that go wrong?
We've got so many allies.
Allies in high places.
Well, we'll call it there. We'll do Artha after the stream just because it's a little bit litigious, not the most exciting thing to watch. It's really just Sarah fighting tooth and nail to get all that fate that she never spends.
It's
Yeah,
always me.
she really fights hard for it.
She's made me cry a couple times.
I really, really dig deep for that roadwise character play.
It's all about that roadwise fate. That's what you dump it all into.
Yep.
Okay,
Cool.
and we'll be back in 2 weeks with more of this.
Mhm.
And next week we are.
What are
Who
we
knows what's
even?
The world is descending into chaos.
We
Or order,
escaped
depending on
our
who you
hideout.
ask.
We don't have a hideout. We don't have any allies except for a demon.
It's
And a
back to
forgotten
square
god.
one.
We don't have a boat. We barely have a group of friends that can get along with each other. So it's very similar, actually, to this campaign.
The Leaky Beach is fine. We just don't have the
She
ship.
made it out fine.
It's just the ship we don't have.
Okay. We'll see you then next week as I try to process what I'm gonna do in that campaign, and then what I'm gonna inflict in this campaign.
Every Tuesday is an emotional roller coaster.
It's true.
I don't know if it's a
True.
roller coaster, but it's all just downhill. It doesn't.
We're in the fall. Hopefully, we'll soon be in the rise again.
Yeah.
All right. See you all later.
Bye.
Bye.